girl Michelle, and I'm up again with another video. So today we are going to discuss on a certain topic, and before that, I want to thank all of you who have been in support, who have been subscribing, viewing my videos, who I really appreciate. And without further ado, let's get to the video. And by the way, don't mind my natural hair. Today we are Team Natural, as you can see. So Team Natural, please give a thumbs up to this video. And without further ado, let's get to the video. So today I'm being joined with a guest, and he'll be asking me some of the questions pertaining the title. So hope you enjoyed the video. And by the way, I won't show his face. Sorry guys, hope you don't mind. But with time you know, he's just my friend.
So thank you so much for welcoming me to be part of this video today. So I just want to ask you some questions. So let's go direct to the questions.
Okay.
So have you ever been in a very stressful situation in life?
Yeah, I've ever been in a very stressful situation. That was immediately after Corona back in 2020, while I was in campus and we were requested to go back to school tufanye tumalizie hiyo exam ya mwisho ya 4th year. So at that moment life was tough and I couldn't go back home because my background yangu is so low, so I can't still go back home and depend on my parents. So I decided I'll manage my own life in some way and know how to hustle and all that. So yeah, I did experience a stressful period during that time.
So when you talk about hustling, so which hustle were you doing?
I started hawking eggs, kutembeza mayai kwa hostels, and that was in the same campus I was in, though I had already finished, but I started hawking some eggs in that campus. So, but it was illegal, remember? It wasn't allowed, haikuwa inatakikana. Hawkers weren't allowed in that campus, in those states. So, it was challenging. I was hawking eggs to the students, and sometimes you find that unauza ukiwa mwoga, you can't even, you're not just free, unaona ile unahepa soja sikupate nini, those janitors and everything. So it was so hectic for me as a after campus student.
Sasa hiyo story yako, have you ever been in a situation whereby you have been caught in the case of or in the process of selling your stuffs?
Yeah, in fact nilishikwa not almost, it was like 3 times. Nilishikwa, nikasamehewa. It was first time it was by a soldier. The second time akanisamea, akaniwacha. I talked to him, I pleaded with him. Imagine, even I cried. The second time, the janitor, the one who is taking care, who is managing the hostels, so akanipata, akaniambia, should I take you forward you to the authorities? Nika plead with her and she left me also. Then msichana hakuacha because it's struggling and it's kutafuta pesa na kutafuta maisha. So I continued. Another time nikashikwa tena with a soldier. Now that one was a harsh soldier. So akaniambia nilete hizo mayai, either nimpe hizo mayai and anipeleke mbele, or that was the only option. So I was so stranded. Imagine niliface it rough. Kushikwa kupeleka kwa authorities, upewe hata fine ya 20k. Where will you get it from? And mayai unapata uko na profit ya 300. Yeah.
So in a month, what amount were you able to raise, or what amount were you able to save?
In a month, I was able to save like 1,000 shillings because I was also paying rent. Yeah. So 1,000, and 1,000 is not that much with this economy. So 1,000, and that one does not mean that nimeisave sitaishika. Na save nashika, so mahitaji iko. Then unajua tu Kitui, the eastern part of Kenya, it's so dry, so you have to buy water and everything. So the struggles. A 20-liter jerrycan, you buy it for almost 30 bob. Yeah.
And for how long did you do this hustle?
For about 3 months, because corona, the number of corona cases came up, the COVID-19 cases were rising, so I had to cut off because the students went back home because of the lockdown. So I had to cut off the business because I couldn't hawk anymore. There were no students. So nikaachana nayo and I decided to do something else.
So during that lockdown, what were you doing? Because you must survive also.
During that lockdown now I started hawking melons in Kitui kwa Vonza. So I started hawking melons and it was so challenging while starting because you don't know people, you don't know Kikamba. Kumbuka I'm a Luya lady, so you don't know people, you don't know Kikamba, so you have to hawk. And remember, you're not the only one who's hawking the melons. You're almost 5 to 7 people you're hawking at the same area, and you know that market is so small, so let's say kila mtu atauza yake yote with the profit that he or she expected. Yeah, I started hawking melons.
So if you compare the hawking of the eggs and the hawking of the melons, which was more profitable?
I can say the eggs were more profitable
And why?
because the campus students like eating, snacks, vitu tamu tamu, umeelewa? So they like eating the eggs, not eggs specifically, but they like eating snacks. Wanadependia the parents, so they get money, they eat a lot the snacks that you sell to them. Alafu nkumbuka in the hostels in that campus they weren't allowed to cook anything, to carry those sufurias or kettle heaters and everything, so unapata they wanted something ready made and they really enjoyed the eggs. Unajua tu ile mayai ya kugongewa.
So one thing about you, I'm very happy about the way you're talking. So how were you able to convince this customer so that they buy your stuffs? Because you may find that another person may want to start this business, but in the process he or she may lose hope. How did you convince the customers?
The customers, unapata you talk with this some especially wavulana, the male ones. So hao wavulana unapata you talk to them, you engage them. Ukiingia kwa room uingii tu, unaingia unakaa, you talk to them, you smile to them. Kuna wenye unajua kuna challenges za woman na masa lady. Unapata kuna wenye utakwambia nipe namba, niko interested na you and everything. You tolerate, to tolerate means that uta entertain what they say, how they take your number and everything. But when your main focus ama your main purpose is to sell eggs. So mtu akikwambia I'm interested in you and such things, jua tu si eti utamkataza na sasa utaikuja hiyo room. Kumbuka there are rooms in the hostels. So you cope up, you entertain them so that the more unajifanya kuwa mabeshti wao, the more you gain your profit and you sell your eggs and they get over by in the evening, so you get back your profit.
Okay. So you said that there's this period that you are selling watermelons in Kavonza. So I know there we have married men. So how did you cope up with these married men? Because back at home they have wives.
Okay. The married men, yeah, you could approach a person. Sana those men walikuwa unapata ni a man is old enough, unapata mtoto anaweza kuwa na familia, but inafika point unamuzia, anakuambia siwache kuuza melon, I go marry you. How now? And you have a wife, you are an older person, so it was challenging. These men could also look at you like, some could be praising you, you're a young lady and you're doing this such kind of job which so many ladies feel embarrassed to do. So some walikuwa wananipongeza, hata wakiniona hivyo wanasema nyewe kuna msichana anauza melon and she's so young, and not many girls at her age wanauza hizi melons ama wana hawk vitu, so they could promote me. Some could disturb me, wanataka namba, wanataka to date ndo wanunue melon. Ukishawapea namba wanakusumbua na kupigia, ukiblock they stop buying your melons. Yeah.
So I know you have been in a very tough situation. So what about home? What were your parents' response to you selling watermelons and eggs?
Okay, I also hawked bajias in trolleys after hawking melons. Kumbuka that was the corona time. So I also did that in the scorching sun of Kitui could imagine a lady pushing a trolley with, I don't know if I'm petite. So yeah, at home my parents were giving me the pressure, mbona hurudi nyumbani, mbona unakaa huko? Nikamwambia I'm selling melons, I'm hawking, I'm pushing the trolley, selling eggs, smokies and everything, bajias. But hasa unapata my parent was pushing me that to send money back at home. They thought that I was managing myself well. I could afford everything since I'm selling and I'm not sirudi nyumbani, so unapata they think that I'm well. So walikuwa wananipush, tuma pesa, tuma pesa. They think that there is money. They think that business ama that hawking that you're doing brings a lot of money since you're just quiet and you're not hauwaombi. So they think that you're stable enough, you could send much money. But little did they know that it was so hectic. Sometimes unakosa hizo meli, unarudi nazo nyumbani, bajia unazikula peke yako usiku and all that. So it wasn't easy. Parents were giving me the pressure to send money and everything, and ukiwaambia hauna, they feel bad and they feel offended. They feel that you're not taking care of them as you're supposed to. So that was also a challenge.
So currently, you find that many parents expect much from their kids, especially those who have graduated. So what can you tell those parents?
The parents who expect much from their kids who have graduated, especially from campus, yeah, they expect much because they think when eventually you take a student or a child to campus, your son or your daughter, they think that after there you immediately get a job and you can sustain yourself, because campus is, to them, it's a big deal. They think that if you finish immediately unaingia unapenya route to getting a job. They don't take it that sometimes watu suffer kupata a job. You know, we are very highly populated in Kenya, so kupata job ni ngumu, na kupata hiyo job ni unapata campus students hao ndo wana hawk more even than the normal people, so it's not easy. Unapata parents should stop expecting much, because sisi ndo tuna suffer, tuna strain. After campus there is no guarantee that you'll get a job straight, but kuna hustling, even you can hustle for almost 3 years before you settle to kwa, na unapata ukisettle, you settle for a personal business, yeah, not actually what you studied for. So parents should stop pressurizing their kids about sending them money because they have just finished their campus and graduated.
So far so good. So how can you encourage the youth there, the parents there outside there? How can you encourage them how to cope up with stress?
To cope with stress, they should at least lower the expectation. I can say that they should lower their expectations. Wasiweke too high that my son or daughter is at the campus, no, akigraduate atatujengea nyumba, atatunulia gari. No, it's not that easy. Haikuji tu kwa na silver platter eti leo umeamka umemaliza campus umenunua gari, umenunua ploti. No, they should not expect that. Hata ukianza kuemployiwa unapata your salary won't, kama si governmental nini employment ama nini, unapata your salary still inakusumbua, you can't even manage your own self. So parents should lower their expectations first.
So you have talked about lowering expectation. That was very good. So what can you encourage the youths about life?
Finally, encouraging the youths, I would say that the youths should stop pressurizing themselves that everything will be well after campus. And to you, my youths who are viewing and everything, do not pressure yourself. Do not force yourself to give your parents what you can't afford even yourself. So do not feel pressurized. Kumbuka, au pia they were at a point, they were at that situation. So do not feel pressurized to cater for everything of your parents. Though if you are capable or you are able kuwasaidia, it's not bad, wasaidie. Ile kidogo tuma kidogo, but usitake mingi watumie mingi wafurahishe because you're just a graduate. Yet hauna job and it's tough outside here with this economy.
So it has been a very great time to be part of you. I think we've come to the end of this question. But what I can just say is that if you are youth out there, make sure that you are very consistent in what you are doing. Make sure that you are prayerful. So like to this video and subscribe to this channel.
Okay, thank you. As you heard from him, subscribe, share, comment, like, and it's been your girl Michelle, and thank you so much, and bye bye.